This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the Carbon County Animal Shelter is having a fundraiser. We'll let you know how you can help them out. Welcome to FYI Weekend. I'm Ken Kara. We hope that you are enjoying your holiday weekend, and if you are one to complain about the warm weather, imagine fighting a fire in the extreme heat. Recently, we caught up with Hazleton firefighters who were helping to train new recruits for the Wilkes-Barre Fire Department. We talked with Hazleton Deputy Chief Brian Mandak and John Zagarski, who is the resident instructor and coordinator at Luzerne County Community College's Public Training Institute. They say that 8 of the 11 new recruits for Wilkes-Barre have no firefighting experience, so training like this is crucial.
You have to train the way you're going to play. Fires happen in 90-degree weather. Fires happen when it snows, you know what I mean? So if you're not trained and prepared for those conditions, it just makes the job that much harder.
And what exactly were they doing here today?
This is a pressurized gas cylinder fire. The propane prop, that's a prop. There's no danger of explosion or anything. It was a prop that was donated by PPL Fire School when they closed in Harwood. Valley Propane is our propane guy that he comes here, he makes sure everything's good, and he supplies propane for free so that we have the train.
Hands-on experience for us as firefighters is invaluable. It's not often that we get to train with real-life situations, and when we do, we take advantage of it so that we're ready and prepared to respond to whatever we need to.
Best of luck to the new recruits who will soon be helping to protect and serve in the city of Wilkes-Barre. Now we're going to tell you about a big yard sale going on in Carbon County that will benefit all of the animals at the Carbon County Animal Shelter. Here's an interview I did recently.
When you're driving down the road and you see a yard sale sign or you see a yard sale, most of the time you have to stop. Well, you have to stop at this one because there's some really good stuff. I have the, this is ESPN, I'm moving some of the parts around, I apologize. But this is ESPN Seen It. It's a DVD board game. This looks great. We got Donovan McNabb, Larry Bird on the cover there, and we have this deer as well. So some cool stuff that you've had donated from people in the community.
Absolutely. A lot of good people came out and supported us. This is the first yard sale that the Carbon County Animal Shelter is having. We hope to make it a yearly event. We really appreciate all the good things that people brought out, and there's something for everyone. It's a 2-day sale. It's going to be Saturday and Sunday, the 5th and the 6th, from 9:30 in the morning till 1:30 in the afternoon, and we're hoping people will come out and support the Carbon County Animal Shelter.
Tell us a little bit about the support you do get from the community. This is a big event, and why you think they're behind you guys so much.
This is a big event. It's a new event. A lot of people are behind us because they care about the dogs, and that's what it's about here. Our motto is it's all about the dogs. So we handle all the dogs in Carbon County. There's over 5,000 dogs that are licensed in this county, and probably a couple thousand more that aren't. So we're here to help with the dogs. We couldn't do it without the support, and we get a lot of great support. So this is something new. It's fun, and we're hoping people come out. We're going to be selling hot dogs and having drinks, and there's something for everybody.
What do you need funds for? What will this go toward? What will this help you do?
The funds go for the general operation of the shelter. It's pretty costly for the county to run the operation down here, so the funds are used. It will go into the general fund, and it'll be used for the operations down here. So it's very important.
Tell us about the shelter now. Non-lethal shelter, so you have a bunch of dogs here now. Tell us, how many dogs do you have here now?
On average, we have 15 dogs under our care. We have 16 kennels, so we're always filled. Yesterday, we got a good dog, a good home, and in about 5 minutes, we're going to be doing the same. So we average 10 adoptions a month, and we probably find 5 more dogs, homes without having to come through the shelter. We support all the local police in the county. We're there for them 24/7 if they need our help with a dog, and we're all about the dogs here.
And if someone's at home, they want to help out the animal shelter, or they want to volunteer, can they get in touch with you, or if they're interested in adopting?
Yeah, there's a lot of ways. They can come down and see us. We're open 7 days a week from 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday, from 10 to 2 Saturday and Sunday. And they're welcome to come down and talk to me or one of the staff. They could volunteer. They can come walk a dog. We have local businesses that may be interested in sponsoring a kennel for a year. That would be a good thing too. So there's lots of different ways people can help, and everybody's welcome to get involved. It's a county facility. We're pretty proud of it, and we'd like people to see what we're doing down here.
All right, so come out Saturday and Sunday for the yard sale here at the Carbon County Animal Shelter.
I did not purchase the Seen It board game, but I was very tempted. But I thought it would be fair that everyone will wait until this weekend. Well, after this break, we'll stop by the Nescapec State Park on this holiday weekend, and in sports, we'll learn the story of this photo that you're going to see and the local man right there who took it.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
And we're in your community today, back at the Nescapec State Park here on FYI News 13. We have another guest with us. We have Megan Fedor, and we want to bring our kids outside and we want to teach them about the outdoors properly. So there are some safety tips that we should really keep in mind when we're ready to go for a hike, explore Mother Nature, maybe come here down to one of the state parks.
That's right. The first thing you need to do is always be prepared.
Okay.
So before you even come to a state park, it's a good idea to know what you can do at that state park. So visit paparks.com is a wonderful website with all of our state parks. You can get maps of our campground, of our state parks, and also it tells you what activities you can do at that state park. So Nescapec here is great for hiking and fishing. Although we do have a lake, it's not a swimming lake. So if you want to go swimming, you might go to Hickory Run State Park. So it's a good idea to check out those details before you get here.
Now, if you know that you're going to be going hiking, you don't want to have your children in flip-flops, right?
Right.
So proper attire.
Right, proper attire. It's important to pack and be prepared in that way. So make sure that you wear proper footwear. Closed-toed shoes are pretty essential. You also want to make sure you have a variety of layers with you. Even though it's summer, we can still get rain, we can still get wind, and it can still be cold overnight. So make sure that you pack those proper layers when you're going outside.
Don't forget about the sunscreen, and I'm a fanatic with the ticks this season.
Yeah, the sunblock and also the bug spray is really important. And don't let the ticks scare you. You probably will pick some up if you're going outdoors. Just do a check when you come home, look for anything that's crawling on you, and always take a real good thorough shower when you get home, and you should be fine.
Okay. From there, some other tips as far as when you're on a trail and you're hiking, make sure that you're not relying just on cell phone service, right?
Right. Like we mentioned, bring a map with you, know where you are, know how to get back to where you started. Your cell phone is a good idea to bring with you, make sure it's charged, but also be aware that it might not get service everywhere you go in a state park. So be aware of your surroundings.
Very good. Well, it's very beautiful down here. We have a lot to offer in northeastern Pennsylvania when it comes to the great outdoors. So we hope everyone stops down the Nescapec State Park. We're here next week and we're talking about water safety with Amy. So join us next week right here on FYI.
Well, as you get ready to light the grill and have some tasty burgers and dogs, make sure you do things the proper way. Lisa Sugar talked with Hazleton Fire Chief about how to grill safely.
Well, this weekend we are all getting out the grills and gathering with family and friends. And I'm here with Hazleton Fire Chief Donald Leschko so that we can all stay safe while we are having our holiday picnics. Chief, how many times are you out on a call because someone has misused or did something dangerous involving a grill?
We get quite a few throughout the year. What happens is we all know this weekend everyone is firing up their gas grill, and sometimes some people it's the first time they're using their grills because of our weather and all that stuff. So it's most important that you want to make sure that your grill, before you start using that grill for the first time, or if you're using the grill anytime, you want to make sure that it's safe, that it's still operational and it's working properly. You want to make sure that the cylinder's connected properly to the gas grill. And also one important thing is before you fire that grill, open the grill up, take the grates out, make sure the pan underneath where the charcoal and all that sits, the gas jets, make sure that's all intact. With the harsh winters we have, we know a lot of people leave their grills out in the weather just because of storage reasons and all that. The weather does deteriorate grills. It plays havoc on them, deteriorates the metal, causing the jets to fail, the grill base to fail. So when you're starting to fire those grills and you start getting a lot of grease buildup and heat, that fire will start coming out any opening you can on the bottom of the pan of those grills. So you want to make sure that that's intact. If there's not, you want to replace that immediately and get that fixed. You want to also make sure your jets are working properly. especially if the line is secured to the cylinder. You know, take some soapy water, spray that, make sure there's no leaks. And most important, make sure your grill's away from the house. It's in an open area, not too close to the building. You don't want any near any structures or anything flammable. And most important, you want to make sure the kids and the pets stay away from the grill when you're using it.
When you're saying don't keep it too close to the house, how safe? You know, how close is safe?
You want to keep at least about 10 to 15 feet away. You want to make sure it's on a solid surface, about 10 to 15 feet away. We know a lot of people have their grills on their decks and all that. You want to make sure it's in a safe, solid area. You know, so at least in a way for any combustible materials. You know, especially when you're grilling. You know, the clothing you wear. You want to make sure you're not wearing loose-fitting clothing, anything like that that can definitely right away, you know, catch fire quickly. And most importantly, you want to make sure that when you're grilling, you practice good safe tips, especially with the fire. You know, when grilling with the grease buildup. You know, we all know we're cooking a lot of stuff. A lot of things put off a lot of grease. Sometimes that fire will flare up in there. If a fire does flare up, make sure you close that lid, shut the gas off, let that fire die out. You know, that's most important. It's the same way as cooking in your kitchen. Don't go throw water on it. Don't go, you know, get all panicky. Just close the lid on the grill, shut the gas tank off, let that fire burn out, and keep it smothered and get the fire extinguished, so you don't cause any more further damage. Because what happens a lot of times, a no flare up happen, and it's close to the house, that fire will come out of the grill and go 5-10 feet out of your grill and cause damage. Can cause you harmful damage and injury, but also can cause damage to the residents or anything it's nearby.
All right, some very important advice. So take these tips from Chief Leshko and have a safe 4th of July weekend.
Once you've finished your grilling, it's time for fireworks. Here's a look at the many displays that will be lighting up the sky in our area.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The one you are about to see is called 9 Wide, and it was taken by Freeland resident and Vietnam vet Jim Washko. And it's been worth around $15,000 for charities. It's also worth 717 words to be exact in this story.
When I was a kid building cars and that kind of stuff, little models, you know, when you're 4 or 5 years old, you know, that's stuff that you get, and you're, you know, just racing your friends and just doing stuff like that. That was, you know, part of growing up, you know, like building the models and, you know, just sidewalk stuff.
When Jim Washko grew up, he served his country overseas in Vietnam. To this day, he continues to have a passion for serving others, for serving his country, and for fast cars. In 1996, the Veterans for the Vietnam War gave him his own project called Jumpstart America, a prisoner of war and missing in action awareness group.
A person who helped me out was Governor Tom Ridge back in '98, and he really got the ball moving to where on federal buildings and Major League Baseball, National Football League, and colleges. You see it more and more. And it's just a reminder that keeps the red, white, and blue up. If it wasn't for that black flag, that's like the support system for the red, white, and blue as far as I'm concerned.
There's a lot of red, white, and blue at the Pocono Raceway, and it was there, as fate would have it, Washko would find another opportunity to give back.
I was a contractor. I was working with TNT Sports, and we were doing the August race at Pocono, and Bobby Labonte won the race, and we were setting up cars because the claim to fame for Pocono Raceway was you could land a 747 on a front straightaway at Pocono. So what they were doing, they were putting cars out to make it look like the wingspan of a 747. There's 9 cars there. We probably could have put like 12 or 13, but there was like separations between the cars. And what happened was they just had one straight camera, and a cloud cover came over, and they called lunch to wait till the cloud covers went away, and they said come back in about a half hour because we could be there a while.
During the break, Washko pulled out a disposable camera and took a shot of the cars all lined up. After, he put the camera in his glove compartment and forgot about it.
And it sat there for 3 years. I went through the different seasons, and they're brutal and it's hot and cold. Well, I'm selling my car, and I'm cleaning out the glove compartment, and here's this camera. There's no markings on it. You take it to like a party and you shoot them off in maybe 20 minutes sometimes, And I couldn't figure out what it was, and there was 5 shots left on it. So at the time, I took it to Noki's Pharmacy, and like I said, I didn't have a clue of what was on it. I burned the last 5 off, and I took it over there. And back then, it was in 1 hour. It took like 10 days to get it back. So they called me and said, your film's in. So I get it back. I said, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But nothing really sunk in about how really cool it was.
He brought the photo to the Freeland VFW where he went to watch a race. A few of the people there told him he should get it blown up. He did, and he sold a few copies to some close friends. Washko then made the decision to use his chance shot to help out different charities. Over the last 4 years, 9 Wide has raised about $15,000 for different organizations, and it's still making an impact on people.
Just recently, I was in Englishtown, New Jersey, NHRA, National Hot Rod Association. And some of the heavy hitters there, you might have heard John Force. I gave him one, presented him this photo, and it just blew him away because the most they do is 4 wide. And he said 9 wide. I said, look at the date. And it says 2001, and it was a month before 9/11 happened. And it makes it all more a little weird.
We do have a signed copy of 9 Wide, the blown-up version too, and we are working with Washko on a way to give it away that will also help a local charity, so stay tuned for that. That is sports on FYI Weekend. We'll be right back to wrap up the show. It's the weekend, and I love sitting at a high top, ordering some delicious apps and having a few beverages with my friends at Bottlenecks, where they have an awesome atmosphere with awesome food.
Anybody who has a dog who likes to spend the majority of its time outside needs to realize that the dog needs shelter and water, that these things are vital, especially in extreme temperatures. So you would always want to provide a decent shelter like a doghouse or something similar, and of course a large bowl of water, which you should check regularly, several times throughout the day. Cats, actually, for people who have indoor-outdoor cats, they tend to take care of themselves pretty well when it comes to getting out of the heat. They can always find a bush or some shady spot they can curl up under, which is one of the differences between indoor-outdoor cats and outdoor dogs. Normally a dog is chained or tied to a particular area, whereas a cat has free roam. So it's important to keep up with your dogs when they're outside and check their water bowls often. You should take into consideration the dog's size and age. An older animal will succumb to the heat or extreme cold a lot more quickly than a younger, healthier one. Also, larger, hairier dogs like Siberian Huskies or St. Bernards, Great Pyrenees, you would definitely want to keep a really strict eye on those kind of dogs outside. Not to mention dogs with really, really thin fur at the opposite end of the spectrum, because they are liable to get sunburned. Anybody who wants to bring us donations can do so between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. any day besides Wednesday and Sunday. Those 2 days were closed, and we appreciate any kind of animal-related supplies. Canned food for both dogs, cats, and puppies and kittens as well. Canned and dry food are both equally useful. We go through a lot of cat litter here, as you could imagine. Cleaning supplies are also appreciated. And right now, it being kitten season, we could certainly use kitten formula. We are having many younger cats brought to us right now. A lot of cats are having litters this time of year, many of which are being brought to us. And we sometimes struggle to feed them if the kittens are brought without a nursing mother. So kitten formula would be very helpful to us at this time. Well, generally, our shelter staff does not go out on call often to pick up running animals. We have a very small staff. So if the animal is friendly and approachable, we recommend that anyone who finds it would bring it into us if they can. For hours when we're not in the office, times and days when we're closed, you could always call your local police, and the police will actually bring the dogs down to us.
Warmer weather is finally here, but for many of our neighbors who are struggling to pay their bills, this winter really took its toll. I encourage PPL electric utility customers that are struggling to pay their energy bills to call us. We want to help. Termination of service is always a last resort. We want to work with all of our customers so they can maintain uninterrupted service. Call us toll-free from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at 1-800-358-6623 to discuss a payment arrangement. You can also set up a payment arrangement online. PPL Electric Utilities has several assistance options, including On-Track, Operation Help, and LIHEAP, which stands for Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. The On-Track program is a special payment plan for residential customers that offers reduced monthly payments, protection from shutoffs, and debt forgiveness. On-Track is administered by local agencies. Operation Help provides emergency financial aid to pay heating bills for families with financial hardships. Operation Help is funded by customers, employees, retirees, and PPL. Operation Help is administered by a network of local agencies. The Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program is a federal program administered by the Pennsylvania Department of Public Welfare. However, you do not have to be a welfare recipient to participate. LIHEAP provides cash grants to help families with heating bills and crisis grants to help families that are at risk of losing their power or coping with heating emergencies, like equipment breakdowns. With LIHEAP, you don't need to have an unpaid heating bill, and you can rent or own your home. For more information, visit pplelectric.com/billhelp.
Well, thank you for spending part of your holiday weekend with us here at FYI. We'll see you on Monday. Until then, take it easy.